Hello and welcome everybody to a new Zazzle video. Today we're going to be continuing the Zazzle series for the third video in the series. I'll go ahead and leave a link to the full playlist in the description box down below so you could go ahead and take a look at all the videos if you happen to miss any. Today we're going to be talking about what products you should sell to make the most amount of profit you possibly can on Zazzle. And a lot of the times when you think of products, you're probably thinking of the physical aspect, meaning like and this is a good example, like a t-shirt, right? You're thinking, should I sell a t-shirt or should I sell a mug? I created a different video on the specifics of certain products, which once again, I'll leave that video in the description box down below. But there's a different way to categorize products. And this is what beginners, especially if you're a beginner, need to start thinking about when you begin your Zazzle journey. The first thing you want to do is you want to understand that there's three main what I call categories on Zazzle. Now, Zazzle doesn't come out with this information. This is just how I broke things down in the system that I created to be able to maintain some success on Zazzle pretty consistently. I broke things down into three main categories: occasional, gifts, and casual. Hey guys, real quick public service announcement for anybody who's joined Fantasy Labs. Go ahead and check it out. If you have an active membership, go ahead and log back in. We made a release this month, the 28th. We do a release every single 28th. We've added a whole bunch of new different graphics and assets, and we're going to be adding more and more as time goes on. I think this time we've crossed over 770 plus assets just this month, so we're well past 2,000 total. I think last month we did about 1,500, and the very first month we ever started was about 462. So we're getting there. We're adding as much as possible, and we'll be adding more with time. All right, guys. So check out Fantasy Labs. I'll leave a link in the description if you're a current member. And back to the video. And the reason why I did that is because I thought to myself, what is the number one reason people end up on Zazzle.com? If we took a look at all the different 15 million visitors that Zazzle gets a month, we can see that most of the visitors have a current occasion that they're running. So, for example, they have a wedding or a birthday party or some sort of event or anything related to that kind of concept. And what they do is they need customizable products to give to people to let them know about some sort of occasion. Once again, the occasion could differ. It could be a birthday party. It could be a reunion of some sort. It could be invitations. It could be customized plates for their party. It could be anything of the sort. And it's occasion related. All right. And I broke it down first in the first category of occasional, and typically this is the individual who's hosting the occasion is going to be the same person who's going to buy these specific products. So once again, I'll give you another example. Let's say you have a wedding and you want custom napkins for your wedding, you want custom plates for your wedding, you want custom did I say napkins? I did. Let's say you want custom invitations to that wedding. You could go to Zazzle and buy all those different products for your specific wedding. You could buy them in bulk in Zazzle, place them down at the tables or whatever it is for the wedding, and you're good to go. So that's the occasional type, okay? And typically, you are the host in this specific case. Let's go ahead and go to the second category of products, which are gifts. And this is, from what I've seen in terms of traffic breakdown, the second most popular type of product that's going to be bought is when you're purchasing a gift for somebody else that happens to be a customizable gift. And this customizable gift is a gift that, let's say, for example, it's Father's Day and you want to get your father something for Father's Day. You might buy a mug that says best dad ever or something like that on it, with a picture of you and your father on that mug. There could be different situations, right? But at the end of the day, the gifts category is the second category that I kind of categorize the Zazzle products. And then finally, you have the third category, which ironically enough is not actually as customizable as you would always think so. And I'll explain what I mean. What I tend to find is that the first two categories, these occasional type categories or the gift type categories, right, when you're buying a gift for someone, is that they're heavily customized. In fact, 99.9% of times, I can't think of a single time where the gift is not, or the item, not necessarily the gift, but the item, the product that's being purchased is not customizable, okay? The casual section is going to be the section where customization definitely happens less. However, it still can be open to customization. Now, what do I mean by customization? Well, if you look here, for example, we'll go ahead and use this shirt. This shirt says classy, sassy, and a bit of smart. You could read the rest, right? And you could go over here and click personalize on this design. And what happens is you can, let's say, hit here, edit the design tool. And really for a design like this, there's not much you should edit or you could edit as a customer. In fact, most customers are going to look at this, and you have to be realistic here, and you have to be understanding that most customers are not print-on-demand sellers. Most customers don't know what this is. They never used a software like Canva before. They never used a design back-end tool. They're just customers. They live their day jobs. They do their day jobs. They live their lives, and they just want to get their product, right? And so even though this product is up for personalization, or personalization is available, it is customizable. I could add a picture of a flower to it. I could add my own name to it. I could do whatever the case, right? But most times, it won't be customized, and it will be purchased. And this product fits in the third category, which is casual. Now, you might say to me, well, technically, can't somebody buy this product? Where was it here? This product as a gift? And the answer is absolutely. But in terms of its design, there's nothing about the design here that says it's a gift, right? And what I'm referring to is these three categories are the three categories of design of the product, right? So what I want you to take away from this video is not that the physical product makes a significant difference, but the category of the design is very important. So you have three different categories of design, which is occasion, gifts, and casual. And casual is very interesting because it can fit as a gift, it can fit as an occasion type product, it can fit at really for any need. But what I like to, and I put a little message here, is I call it the cool product approach. Imagine you're walking through a mall, you're window shopping, you're looking through the stores, and you see something that catches your attention. That's what the casual really is. Maybe it's not necessarily for people who are trying to give somebody a gift. It could be, doesn't have to be. Maybe if it's, maybe it could be related to occasion, but it doesn't have to be. But it's very flexible, and that's what the casual is. And I find that most sales generated on Zazzle, and I speak from my personal income, and I kind of relate that back to the traffic that comes in for Zazzle, because I did do a deep analysis of the different keywords that Zazzle kind of owns on Google, and owns is a flexible word here because the Google search engine is always changing. But Zazzle doesn't get 15 million views for no reason a month. It's a very significant, very powerful website. And we find that majority of search volume, right, over 50%, comes to Zazzle for the purpose of customization of products related to occasions. That's firstly. Primarily, it's occasions. Second thing is gift giving. And then finally, casual. Let's go ahead and take a look at some products and categorize these products, whether they fit in occasional or gift giving. So let's get into it. So here is a section called the wedding shop. And what this is you can buy all kinds of different things related to weddings. So here you have bachelor party invitations, bridal shower invitations, which does have relation to weddings, engagement announcements, all this kind of stuff. You could think of it as a category almost, which is the wedding category is intermingled with so many different other concepts. In this case, it's very clear what this is. This is the occasion section, right? There's a specific occasion that's going to be broken down, and specifically as a designer, if you're listening to this and you decide to design for these specific categories, you're going to be engaging in the most potentially profitable section of Zazzle, which is the occasional section, okay? Let's go ahead and move on to another example here. You have the bridal party. Well, this might seem obvious if you just watched the last example, and this is also occasion, right? You're typically not going to give somebody some sort of bridal party invitation card as a gift. That doesn't make sense. You're going to be giving it as an invitation to a occasion. Excuse me. Let's take a look at this. This is a proposal card, but an online version or an online template that cost here $10, right? Just for the instant online template that you can edit. This here is also an occasion type product. The interesting about this product that makes it very different is it not only is downloadable, but it's a virtual product. It's Zazzle's first virtual product introduced. And I'm not necessarily referring to the proposal cards because, let's be honest, this could be anything. It doesn't have to be a proposal card. It could be some sort of invitation. It could be a graphic. It could be a banner. It could be whatever it is. But it's a downloadable. And that's very important to kind of understand. Maybe you're listening to this and you say, you know what? I want to do these downloadable type products, which is fine. But then you're going to have to think about, where does it make sense to sell a downloadable? And the answer is very, very clear. It's in the occasional section. You're not going to give somebody a graphic or a banner as a gift and say, hey, here's a gift. I mean, maybe you are, but I don't see that to be a practical thing. I mean, I've never given somebody a digital image as a gift. So, yeah, it's kind of obvious where that fits in. This is a product we've spoken about before. Now, this product can obviously be given as a gift, but the design specifically, okay, is not pertaining to gift giving, right? It doesn't say best mom or best sister or best whatever t-shirt. So, therefore, the design is relatively casual, right? Somebody might find this design and say, you know what, I like this design. I think it would be perfect for my sister, my whoever, and I'll buy it for this person, right? And once again, the gifts, occasional or casual, is not the type of product, but it's the type of design. And that's very, very important. And the type of designs that you create dictate the type of products that you create. And the type of products that you create dictate the amount of money that you're going to generate. All right, let's go ahead and continue. This is another shower invitation. This obviously fits in the occasional. And then here, this is a product that, interestingly enough, fits in the gift giving, right? If I am going to give somebody a gift, right, it would obviously, speaking from Zazzle's perspective, it would be memorable. It would be something special. So I would tell a friend, hey, send me a picture of that time you got married, or send me whatever, some photo, something important to you. And I would put it on here, and I would give it to them as a gift. I actually just saw a different gift here. I believe it was a mouse pad. Here it was. This is another product that's interesting because it can also be given as a gift. If you have the right images, if you have the right things that you could put on it for an individual, you can give it to a friend, right? It can also fit in as one of the casual type products where you say, oh, that's interesting. I can edit this. I can add my own stuff to it. Let me go ahead and create it and buy it for myself. That's a perfect example as well. So what you're going to find is with Zazzle, there are over 1,000 products you can sell. And when we talk about 1,000 products, we're talking about the physical products, right? So if you just go over here to the category, there's many categories, but within these categories, there's even more subcategories and so on. And you can click on stuff to see what products are customizable. And I could confidently say that there's probably over 1,000 products that you can sell on Zazzle. It's not about the physical product. You can sell whatever you want, but it's more about the intent of the product, right? Intent of the design. And you could see here, this is a product, let's just say, where it's a serving, I guess you could, what is this called? A serving dish? Serveware. Okay, whatever. It's basically a serving tray. There we go. If you look at this design and you look at this design, they're two completely different designs. And the designs dictate the category that they fit in, right? So this design could be a casual type gift, right? There's clearly nothing interesting about this. It can be given as a gift, but it's not a gift type design, right? But it can be given as a gift, and it's also relatively casual. There's no special occasion or anything about it. But when you look at this, this is clearly an occasion type design. It's referencing a certain wedding type thing, and it can also be given as a gift. In fact, this would actually fit more in the gift category than the occasion, because the gift category is when you're gifting to somebody. Now, unless somebody's buying this for themselves or something like that, kind of fit more into occasion, but gift giving is just as good, right? It's kind of that category. And products can be flexible. They don't always have to fit in a certain category, as you can see here, for many different reasons, okay? So now that that's effectively clear, let's go ahead and lay down one of the most important ground rules for Zazzle that will help you get a lot of success. And what I kind of advise here is based on, once again, my experience, is that a beautiful thing that Zazzle allows you to do is Zazzle allows you to create stores within your account, meaning I can have 3 different stores, for example, on my Zazzle account, my singular account. And these stores can specialize in selling different things. So I can create one store that sells wine labels, for example, right? Like literally the stickers that you stick on a wine bottle, okay? And then I have another store I could sell these trays, for example. And then I have maybe another store where I sell just t-shirts. Each store should have its own niche of physical product. And what I mean by that is if you're going to sell things wedding related, right, stick to those specific products in that specific store. Don't intermingle it with other things that have no relation whatsoever. So for example, on Zazzle, you can sell skateboards. If you're selling wedding products, do not include skateboards in the wedding products. And the reason why I say that is because there are many times where your customers will, let's say, add a product to the cart on a product that they like. Let's say it's customizable napkins for your wedding, for example. And then they might say, well, I want X, Y, or Z, or I'm curious as to what else this person sells. And they click on your store and they find similar designs with a similar style on different products. And that what will happen is it will double, it will increase, maybe not necessarily double, but it will definitely increase, sometimes even quadruple, and so on, increase the average order value, and more importantly, the profit that you will receive from a month-to-month basis. Now, this is obviously all dependent on the way that you apply your tagging. And your tagging is crucially dependent on the way that you understand tagging. We have actually a Zazzle tagging course, which we'll leave a link in the description. We'll provide some free guides over time, but most of the tagging information is going to come from our Zazzle course, and we're going to go ahead and leave a link in the description for that as well, if you want to go ahead and happen to see that. But with that being said, any kind of, I guess you could say, store that you create, maintain a niche within that store, and that store specifically will give you common tags that you will particularly use. And the more you use certain tags, the more you are in a specific niche. And this is why I recommend you design for one store at a time, right? When you do that, and you do that frequently, you start to become an expert and kind of understand the niche a little bit more. And it increases your, essentially, and I'm going to use this word here, which might not apply, but dexterity in that specific niche. I know dexterity is, it's going to be a play on words in this case, but you're going to get a better handle on the different keywords that you're going to use, and you're going to understand them better. And so I highly recommend when you're working on a specific product line, you stick to that product line for the specific niche for one specific store, and you don't divert until you decide that you've done a really good job and you want to move on to something else. I'm telling you that the results are going to be profound later down the road. All right, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out. Bye.